Hello everyone, it's Victoria here, and today we're going to be doing a haul and an unboxing. So right off the bat, I have a box from Book Outlet. Let's see what they sent me. I've got my handy dandy knife. Nothing scary about this at all. Totally perfectly natural. Shall we dig in? Oh, I don't know if any of this is on camera. Oh god, this is hard. Okay. Oops. Things are falling. It's okay. Ooh! I got a $4 off coupon when you spend $20 or more. I've actually gotten $5 off coupons before, just spending whatever you want. So this is really cool. Thank you, Book Outlet. Always appreciate it. I do spend lots of money, so this is probably a drop in the bucket for you guys. But thanks anyway! Alright, invoice and some different stuff. Cool. Alright, so first of all, we have The Grease of Kings by Ken Liu. So this was recommended by Kitty G. Links down in the description below. This is an adult fantasy with more Asian influences, so it's not your traditional medieval European setting. So I was very interested in this, and we follow kind of two different systems of government, I believe. I don't know, this sounds really interesting though. This was a scratch and dent copy, so there's like a little bit of wear and tear on it, but it was like $2, so yeah, I'm gonna get it. Next we have Bellwether by Dennis Mahoney. So I don't know too much about this. I did look up some Goodreads review, and quite a few of them said that this was kind of like an unknown gem. It doesn't have that many reviews, I don't think, but from what I can tell, this is sort of an alternate history set in colonial America with some touches of magical realism. And from what I can tell, there also is a little bit of a romance aspect. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this and seeing what this is actually about. Next up, we have 3 books in the Cahill Witch Chronicles. They are Born Wicked, Star Cursed, and Sister's Fate, all by Jessica Spotswood. So I picked these up without knowing too much about them. I think they are, again, an alternative history set in colonial America, and they follow the adventures of 3 different witches who are also sisters. And what's odd about this is the cover for this one and this one has that kind of rubbery feel, and this one's shiny. I don't know why they decided to change that. I don't know. But I thought these sounded kind of interesting. I saw some reviews of this that said that this was an underappreciated book, and I also saw some reviews on Goodreads that said that it was pretty decent considering like a 3.5. And so I figured why not try the series. They were about $2 to $3 a piece, and I figured it'd be some fluffy, fun reading between some heavier things. Next we have Life in a Medieval Castle by Joseph and Frances Guy, I believe. I'm not sure, somebody tell me how to correctly pronounce that. So this is actually a non-fiction book, but the reviews I read of it sound like it reads more like a novel. It's very interesting. There's actually, I don't know if you can see that there's different pictures of things, and you get to learn the different aspects of life in a castle, from the lord all the way down to the servants. So I thought that's really interesting, and I do love history, and I thought that this would be a great read. Next we have Wildwood Dancing by Juliette Marelier. This is the first book that I have by her. She keeps getting recommended to me on Goodreads, and a lot of different people that have similar tastes to me also enjoy her a lot. So I decided to look at this. I believe this is a standalone. I know she has several different series, but I wanted to kind of dip my toe in the waters of her writing, so to speak. And so I believe this is standalone. I think there might be a companion novel, but I'm really looking forward to this. It kind of deals with fairies and fantasy, specifically in the Bohemia and Czech Republic kind of region of Europe. So I think that's going to be really exciting. Something a little bit different than maybe your more traditional English kind of fairy tale. Then we have the Sword Edge Blonde by Alex Bledsoe. Gosh, that's difficult to say. I'm so sorry I murdered your name. But you murder people in your book because this is a noir mixed with fantasy. See what I did there? Clever transition. Anyway, this is exactly what I said. This is a person, I think his name is Eddie Lacrosse, who gets caught up in a murder investigation, and there's a whole bunch of behind-the-scenes political machinations going on, and he's trying to figure out exactly what this plot involves and solve it. So I don't really read just like straight mystery or thriller novels. I don't particularly love contemporary, but I love my mystery and thriller with just a little bit of genre thrown in. So I've read a whole bunch of historical mystery, and I've read a whole bunch of mysteries set in the future, kind of science fiction mysteries. So this is the first kind of fantasy mystery crossover, and I'm excited to see what this is like. last but not least, in our book outlet haul, we have Ghost Talkers by Mary Robinette Kowal. So I was really excited to see this up for sale because I am a huge fan of Mary Robinette Kowal. I have read her Glamorous History series, all of them, and they were all fabulous. 4-star reads. I love her writing style. She absolutely researches everything so well, and you can tell it comes across in her writing. So I was super excited about this. This is kind of an alternative history fantasy. It's set during World War I, and we follow Ginger and her fiance Ben. Ben is a spy essentially, and Ginger is part of the Spirit Corps because in this world, spiritualists and psychics actually do exist. So what she does is she communicates with the recently passed soldiers' spirits to find out any kind of intelligence that might be helpful to the war effort in Britain at this time. So I think this is a really exciting and intriguing concept, and I also really love this cover. I think, can you see it? It's so pretty. It's just really beautiful artwork. So again, absolutely excited for this one. Moving on, we have volumes 5, 6, and 7 in Saga, which is a graphic novel series. It takes place in space. I would consider this kind of a space opera meets Romeo and Juliet. Honestly, it's fantastic. It's been all over BookTube. I'm sure that you know a lot about it. I like to binge read these, so I kind of saved up and waited till several different paper trade backs were released so I could read them all at once. So I have 3 of them here. I'm super excited to be able to sit down and read them. Overall, this is definitely one of my favorite graphic novel series out there so far. And if you haven't started it yet, I highly recommend you pick it up and see if it may be for you. Moving on, we have Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This is a YA fantasy novel, and I don't want to talk too much about it, but essentially follows Laszlo Strange, who is an orphan who has been hearing stories of the mysterious city of Weep all his life. Everyone thinks it's made up, it's fantasy, but we find out that it is real, and then he gets to go and explore the mysteries of Weep. I really enjoyed this. I read this already, gave it a 4 out of 5, and I did a review on that, so I'll put a link down below if you want to go check that out. I highly recommend it. I will say this is a brand new hardback, and I will very rarely ever pick these up. You're probably never going to see them in a haul. Any hardbacks that you see are probably going to be from Book Outlet or from a charity shop or gotten used somewhere. But the reason I actually bought this was because I really wanted to read it. This and the next book are one of my 2 most anticipated books of the year. And I didn't really want to wait forever for the library to get it in and then have to be on a hold waiting list with like 10 people in front of me. And the ebook was more expensive than this. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna buy it because I'm not gonna spend more money on ones and zeros than I am on something physical. So that's why I decided to pick this up and treat myself. The next book is Thick as Thieves by Megan Whalen Turner. This is a YA fantasy, and it is the 5th book in the Queen's Thief series. So again, this is a new release hardback, and I would normally not purchase this, but again, this is one of my second most anticipated books of the year. And as a result, I didn't want to wait for the library and all of that. And this was only a little bit more expensive than the ebook. I think the ebook was like $10.99, which is criminal, frankly. And this was like $12 something. So again, I decided to just go ahead, spend the extra like $2 and get an actual physical copy that I could hold in my hands as opposed to just an ebook. It was worth it. I really enjoyed this. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I also reviewed this, so I will leave a link so you can check that out if you want to. Next up, we have My Lady Jane by Cynthia Han, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. So this is an alternative history of Lady Jane Grey, who lived in Tudor England and was Queen of England for 9 days approximately. However, because this is alternative history, things don't work out the same. There's also a magical element in here that people can change into animals. It was okay. I gave it 3 out of 5. I also did a review on this. If you want to hear about it, go ahead and click on that link down below. Finally, we have The Dark Days Pact by Alison Goodman. This is actually the UK edition. I got this from Book Depository. I've never ordered from there before, and so this was kind of my trial run to see how it is, what the delivery times are like, and everything. This is the second book in the Lady Helen book series, the first one being A Dark Days Club. And it follows Lady Helen in Regency, England, and we have kind of demons that are invisible to most people, except people that are gifted that are called Reclaimers, and Lady Helen is one of those, and so this is a sequel to that, and we find out what happens. I thought that I could get this and read it quick enough that I would remember what happened in the first one. That didn't happen. I don't really know exactly. I'm gonna have to go back and reread that first one, or at least like skim through it before I take a look at this one. I really thought, I only read that one in December. I read it in December. December! It's only May now, and somehow I can't remember what happened in the first one, but that cover's really pretty though, so. Consolation prize. So thank you everyone. That has been my book haul unboxing and haul for the month of May. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have read any of these books, what your thoughts are on any of these books in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all the things. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.